Alright guys, so today we're going to be polishing my Ultra P triple clamps. So first I'm going to take the razor off this stand and then put it on the smaller stand so the Ultra P can be on the other stand.
At the time of recording this, my allergies were really bad, so please excuse my voice and my sniffles and coughs or whatever if you hear it. Okay, so we're going to start by taking the forks off and taking all the accessories off. So right here I'm taking off the pinch bolts just to take the axle out.
I know that there's one that comes with the Ultra P.
So let's take this very dry axle out and put the wheel away. Here's how we're looking. Take the front fender off. Please keep your bolts organized, guys. Please. Don't lose them. Take off the cowling or whatever it's called for the headlight.
Okay.
It's pretty straightforward.
And now this front plate can just slide away.
Now we're going to take display mounts off. And then we're going to throw everything in the back. Here we're taking the caliper off and then loosening the triples so we can take the fork tubes out. This is how you take the headlight off with those two bolts.
So you want the bolt to be spinning like this way, so it's going to go like this way. It's going to be spinning like this. So if you have your, whatever you're using, Allen key breaker bar, this breaker bar made it quite easy. What I want to do is slot it in, hold the bars like this, and you just want to pull back on it, right? And obviously it's broken loose on this side, so go opposite direction. Jeez, that's a lot of oxide. Alright, so just everything's just gonna sit on top of the seat right now. For now. So you just gotta make sure to remember all of these things, like this thing. Needs that spacer.
So what you want to do is you want to take a flathead and a hammer and just unhammer it. Just tap it out. Now loosen and then you can unscrew it easily. So taking out the little steering column or whatever it's called is very difficult. You gotta use a hydraulic press. So all I'm gonna do is just gonna wrap it in a paper towel and then put a zip tie around it so it doesn't get dirty.
So process is there's like an abrasive wheel, and just gonna take like all this texture off, and then we're gonna move to this Scotch-Brite wheel, which is like a somewhat polishing, and then we're gonna start cutting, and then just multiple steps of polishing to get to the finish we want on this. See the major difference right there? This is what we need to be able to.
This is exactly how we want it to look like after the first step of polishing. Right here, no texture. It's pretty shiny already, but we're gonna keep going.
So, got most of this done, and it looks very good. So, obviously, some parts you can't get to without messing up the crucial components. So, I'm gonna leave it like this, and I'm gonna move it on to this, right? And then I'm gonna come back and show y'all. Alright, so I've got most of it off on this clamp, and I've also got most of it off on this clamp. Obviously, you can't get these tight spots, but I'm gonna switch wheels to this wheel real quick. Alright, so honestly, that second compound wheel didn't do much. So we're gonna move straight on to polishing. So
My process is I just take the compound, I rub it on the part, and then I just use a bunch of pressure and I put it under the wheel, and that's basically how you polish. It's very simple.
alright, so I'm gonna finish up this lower clamp and then I'm gonna cut back and then show y'all when it's done. Okay, so I did a pretty good job on this one, but I'm gonna go for one more round after this. This is like the, not the finish round, but we're getting close to what we want. And I started over here, so it's getting close to the finish. But if you can't tell, it's kind of dirty. So what I like to do is after the first round of polishing, I always take it to sink and rinse it off. This usually reveals your finish. It's pretty good. I'm gonna go for one more round and then I'm gonna put everything back on the bike.
Okay, so this is our finished result. It looks really nice. I'm loving how it looks, so we're gonna go on and we're gonna put it on the bike.
This.
So this is like the steering tube nut, and you just tighten this to however tight you want your steering to be or however loose. Sometimes if there's a little bit of dirt or like polishing compound, just wipe it off with a microfiber.
All this, it goes down here. Alignment doesn't really matter. What matters more is how I like my KYB stickers, because these stanchions just rotate, so.
You can use an impact like I did, but if you do, please make sure to go back and tighten my hand, because it's not going to be well with the impact.
I didn't do this at the start. When I first got the bike. Did not grease the axle, because I saw some grease in the bearings. Thought it was okay to skip it, but you know, you should go back and do this. Up here. She goes behind the wheel. Right here. But I'll powder eventually.
I want to get framework, but I just. But.
Maybe.
No, hairlines. They were. Damn.
Just OHBs are also just very easy to work on.
I'm not gonna.
Like your bars. So, final look with the polished triples. They look a lot better than the stock ugly ones. So, a win is a win. It was a win.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you made it this far, please like and please subscribe for more content. I drop videos every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'd love to see some more feedback from you guys. Thank you so much. Aiden out.
And I'll write your name.